Hey guys, welcome back to the campaign. As usual, we're just going to jump right into this. If you don't know what's going on in the game, go start at the beginning of the playlist and work your way through. There's a lot of fun games in there. After finding and rescuing Silverlance, basically pulling that cursed arrow out of his back, we make our way back and meet up with Nork. So he did tell us the truth of the location of Silverlance, which puts a little more trust in him, not fully. I mean, they are goblins. Nork tells us that him and his little crew that he's with is gonna go wipe out another sect of the Goblin clan that would probably resist him being chief. On the map that he had gave us originally is another location, and that is the cave where the Goblin King lives. We are gonna rest. You don't get any hit points back from resting in this game, but we are gonna check for a random encounter throughout the night, a random monster. It says in the book, it's on a 1 on a D6, but it also says in another part of the book that it could be 1, 2, or 3 at nighttime, because the chances go way up that there's more wandering monsters out and about. In this particular case, I think we're just gonna do the 1 on the D6 because we are in a glade that is known to be protected by Silverlance, and he keeps evil out of this area. And so by the time all this has been going on, I doubt if too much evil besides the Goblin war clans have moved into the area. So let's check and see if we get a random encounter. 4, nope, we sleep through the night. Another thing that I'm implementing is when you have a war dog, that pretty much acts as someone who would have to stay up all night, you know, taking turns watching, because the dog lays out by the fire depending on the weather, and that allows my humans to get some rest, and that's how we're gonna do that. It's the next morning, and since St. Timothy refused to eat the rat, the fried rats that the goblins had, he's still down on hit points. I don't want him, you know, I think Ulrich sees him about to cure himself with divine magic, and Ulrich stops him and tells him that we need those spells for later. So Ulrich is going to give him, he has those traveler's meals, and he can heal up to 5 people, D8. He is going to give one of those meals over to St. Timothy. He's gonna heal 3. That puts him at 7 out of 9. It's not too bad. I also erased 1 ration from everybody except for St. Timothy because he ate the traveler's meal. This is where the time starts. It's gonna take us about 20 minutes to get to the Goblin Cave from here. So we're gonna do 2 random encounters. For the first one, we're good. Check for the second one, we're good. We have an uneventful trip on the way to the Goblin Cave. However, as we approach closer, you can see more signs of activity, mainly damage done to the forest. Chopped down trees, maybe boot prints all over the place. And eventually there's like a dirt path that leads up into these rather large hills, almost like mountainous terrain. So up ahead we can see a cave that leads into the mountainside. I think the first thing that we're gonna do, since we're not in really any initiative order at this time, is we're all gonna kind of make our way over here. Maybe get behind these bushes a little bit just to kind of get some cover in case anything comes out that hole. As we observe, we can see that there's a thick green moss hanging over the entrance, hiding what lies beyond. As we wait, we can see that the vines part. A goblin comes out of the cave. He has a tankard in hand, and he seems to be drinking heavily. It's morning, so he's probably been up all night drinking. So he looks around a few times as if he's on guard, and then turns around and makes his way back into the cave. So Elena says, gonna sneak up there and take a look. And she starts to make her way around over here. From this point, she's gonna try to sneak over to the entrance and look and see what's going on in there. She needs a 33 to move silently. She gets a 65 but doesn't know it. She starts to move, and right about here, she steps on a branch and it cracks really loudly. Within a few seconds, 2 goblins come running out of the cave, tankard in one hand and axe in the other. This doesn't surprise her because she knew that if anything was in there, it heard her cracking that branch. I'm the red one. All right, the goblins win it. They don't even really seem to notice the party back here. All they see when they come out is, like I said, because they're ripped, is they see Elena over here and they both charge at her. He's gonna move up and attack. He's gonna move up and attack. Look at this strategy. Look at, I just set that down and it set on 1. I got a new die. This die is the monster die. How's that? Since Elena is wearing the ring and the jacket, her AC is 5 now. The goblins need a 15. 1 automatic miss. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do with that. Let's roll the other one. Second goblin misses as well. So I forgot to detail at the beginning of the game, I'm using a new rule for 1 rolling, and that is you drop your weapon and it takes your movement to pick it up. Because think about it, it would probably be pretty hard to break a sword, you know, on the ground or a rock or whatever. I'm sure it's possible, but so one of the goblins drops his weapon and the other one, she sort of puts her foot up on his chest and kicks him back. Ulrich is gonna come running around here. I already measured it, and he's gonna end up right there and take a swing on one of the goblins. If I drop the goblin, I can use cleave on the next one. He needs a 12. That's gonna be a miss. He swings over its head. I think Uma is gonna move over to here, kind of take cover behind there. Just keep an eye on the situation. She doesn't need to be up in melee. Darn it, I forgot Duke in the marching order. He's gonna move over here and try to drag that goblin off. So I just noticed that he has flanking with Elena. He needs a 12. 17, that's gonna be a hit. 2d4, does 4 damage, drops the goblin. Duke locks on to the goblin's arm and drags him out this way and just finishes him over here. St. Timothy is gonna double move and get over to here. All right, initiative. Ooh, I got that one. Start with Ulrich. He's gonna hack this goblin down. It's gonna miss. Duke has a taste of goblin now and moves over in here and tries to grab that goblin. He needs a 12. That's gonna be a miss. Elena still has that really nice axe from the goblin underboss. She's gonna take a swing. She's got flanking, it looks like, with St. Timothy. See if she gets it. 17, that's a hit. Does 2 damage. Uma, again, just being careful and watching the cave entrance, is gonna come over here, kind of behind that bush. Just keep an eye on things in case she has to let out a magic missile or something. St. Timothy still has that club. It's a nice club. It's from the Goblin Shaman. And what's he gonna do? He's gonna miss. Come on, you guys, it's a little goblin. Don't let this thing show you up. 1, 2, 3. Who does the goblin hit? 2, that's gonna be Ulrich. Goblin needs a 16. He's gonna miss. Initiative. I take it. Can we just hurry up and finish this thing? Come on, Ulrich. Ulrich misses by 1. Even Elena kind of looks over at him with frustration. She's gonna use the hand axe. Nobody can hit this thing. Skip Uma. We go right to St. Timothy. Come on, Timothy. That's gonna be a hit. Finishes the goblin. So they got some junk on them. I mean, not really junk. There's another little hand axe there. I think Elena is gonna grab it, so she's got a spare. Each of them have a belt pouch with 1 gold each, which is surprising that it's gold. It's pretty impressive. The moss curtain parts to reveal a small cave with a low ceiling. On the far side of the cave are a pair of straw mats, which are signified by those right there. There's also a pile of straw here that they just keep putting new stuff down. We also spot a battered treasure chest. Off to one side, a passage leads up to a wooden door. Does Ulrich want to search? No. So he sort of steps over to the side over here and maybe lets Elena head over here to the chest. It's been a while since I've got to do this. And she pulls out a set of lock picks and goes to work on the chest. She needs under 35. She gets an 89. She feels like this lock is fragile and messing with it anymore could possibly break it and then they'd never get inside. She tells Uma to start looking around for a key. Uma's pretty much gonna make an investigation check or intelligence check. She's gonna search the room. She needs under 16, she gets it. I think this is what we're looking for. And she pulls a old rusted key out from one of the straw mats. She tosses it over to Elena. These guys move over here just to be safe so nobody can come up behind them. And Ulrich right there is sort of watching this way and watching that door. Inside the chest is a small sack with 18 gold pieces in it. A small ruby that looks like it's about 50 gold. And there's a random potion we get to roll for. The group's kind of thinking the goblins maybe got paid 20 gold pieces, which is an incredible amount to pay them. And then they each took one out of it and left the rest in here for safekeeping. That would have made an even 20. I forgot to show you guys at the beginning. Look at what came. That's what I'm talking about. We get to roll a random potion. Let's see what we get. We got an 89. Potion of superheroism. Nice. These goblins probably didn't know what it was and were too scared to try it. Ulrich is the only one that can use this potion, and let's see if he's scared to try it. Is he gonna try it and find out what it is or not know what it is? He's gonna try it. A little sip of it. And that's going to reveal that it's a potion of superheroism. Potions last 4 turns, so I will get bonuses to hit and temporary hit points. Elena's gonna head over here and check out this door real fast, and she discovers that it's not locked. 10 minutes goes by, and I have to roll for a random monster. It's gonna be a goblin. Let's see. Nope. The old wooden door swings open, revealing a room bathed in shimmering golden radiance, like sunlight reflecting off the ocean. The light emanates from a rune-covered fountain in the center of the room. The room and fountain have both been vandalized in broken common, meaning probably goblins. It looks that at one point in time, someone was trying to turn this cave into an actual dungeon room because a lot of work has been done in here, and there's like a nicer door over there to the east. Ulrich is talking to Elena and tells her that the water looks nice and cool. It actually looks drinkable. Uma immediately goes to work trying to see if she can figure out what the runes stand for. As she's doing that, Duke turns and faces this northwest passageway, like kind of like a pointer dog would do. He's like looking that way really intently. With Uma's 16 intelligence, she needs under 16. She gets it. The runes say anyone who offers gold to Desna, the god of fortune, will receive a blessing. I think we simply drop a coin into the fountain and then drink it, and we'll be blessed. She's pretty happy with herself for deciphering that, and she immediately grabs toward her coin purse. Everyone's just sort of standing back a little bit watching. She plops a coin into the fountain. Then she cups both of her hands together and takes a big handful of the water and drinks it down. Like I said, everyone's just waiting for something bad to happen. She begins to, her actual body begins to glow with like a golden light. Just roll 10-sided. An 8. She receives a +2 armor class bonus during her next combat. Sweet. Does Ulrich want to drink some? Yes, he does. Ulrich's got to roll 10-sided. He gets a 10. So the bonus doesn't even really matter. Whoa, with the 10, he can pick +2 bonus on attack rolls, saving throws, armor class, and he receives it until we're out of this adventure. Holy crap. Ulrich takes his drink, and suddenly he's over by himself. Maybe he moves over here, and he is swinging his sword, doing all sorts of like tactics that the group has never seen before. He takes +2 to his attacks until the end of this adventure. Nice. I think Elena is still pretty suspicious about this. Does she want to drink it? No, I think she's gonna pass. She doesn't know, is this temporary? Is some side effect gonna happen? How about St. Timothy back there? No, he, just like the rat meat, his standards are too high. Elena's really kind of working her way to second position in the group, and as soon as she sees Duke over here acting kind of funny, she heads up here and she's going to try to hear noise. On a 1 to 2, she shushes everybody back here in the room, and it gets really quiet, and she's trying to listen, and all she can hear is like muffled voices. It sounds like a decent amount of them, and Elena turns and says, we should probably go this way. Does Ulrich agree with that? Yes, he does. Everybody else just kind of follows along, and they're gonna head through that door. This room is bathed in a red light versus the yellow light that we just came from. The door silently swings open to reveal a chamber, this time bathed in red light. On the east side of the room, a pair of stone statues stand on either side of a dusty altar that is inscribed with runes. Atop the altar sits a large red gemstone in the shape of a heart. The creepy red light of this room emanates from that gem. Once our eyes get adjusted to the light in this room, we can see that there's bones scattered all about the floor, human and goblin it looks like. And a voice booms out from one of these statues, and it says, approach with humility and live. We also have a door here to the south, and on that door is a large padlock. Almost simultaneously, Uma and Elena both tell the group to stop, don't move. Elena's gonna make an intelligence check. She's got a 15, which is pretty good. She makes it. Elena says, look at their mouths. And when everybody does, they investigate the statues. They can see that there's black soot, and there seems to be an opening where their mouths are. Uma's gonna make her intelligence check. She fails it. After failing her intelligence check, she just keeps her mouth shut. She's sort of unsure if this heart is magical or what's going on with it. She knows that it's glowing, but she's not sure what type of magic is going on here. Uma starts a conversation with the group, and she says, what do you think that means? Approach with humility. Elena is going to try to stealthily move over to this statue right here. She's gonna make a dex check. She needs under 16. She gets it, and she makes her way up next to that statue. She will try to remove traps, disable it. She needs under 35. We're gonna say if she gets over 80, then it sets it off, and it's going to incinerate these people over here. Let's do it. No, that's a 95. Fire burst from the mouth of this one over here, hitting Ulrich and Duke and our porter and Uma. Everyone's going to be able to make a dexterity check to jump out of the way. Ulrich needs under 11. He's gonna miss. He's 2 damage. Duke needs under 10. Gets it. He jumps out of the way. Let's do Harold back there. He needs to get under 10. He gets out of the way. And next, Uma. Dang, dude, Uma's got a 16. She gets out of the way. Only Ulrich took some damage and he pulled his shield up just in time. So after the burst of flame, only Ulrich took a little damage and he pulled his shield up, but it mainly just singed some of his hairs. Elena starts yelling out, sorry, 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 sorry. Don't move, it's still active. This is what it looks like after everybody got spread out. So apparently from here over is safe to the group. At least that's what they think. At this point, we're gonna do a group intelligence check to see if they can figure out what it means to approach with humility. With Uma, she needs under 16. Gets it. St. Timothy. Gets it. Awesome. Actually, that's going to be the majority of the 3 trying to figure it out because Elena's over here working on the statue. Uma says, wait a minute, wait a minute. Humility. Be humble. Get to your knees. Ulrich drops to his knees and slowly starts to make his way forward until he gets over here. No fire has shot out yet. He's about right there. And then he makes his way up here and stands up. He quickly looks back to see if the fire went off once he stood up, and it didn't. As soon as Ulrich picks up the heart, it immediately goes dark in this room. It stops glowing and it shrinks down to about the size of the palm of your hand. A few moments later, and Harold lights up a torch. Ulrich makes his way back down, crawls across the floor, comes over here, and just sort of hands the energy heart over to Uma, who has a big smile on her face for anything magical. Uma, in return, gives him the arrows that do double damage. They have a nice little friendship moment of trading items. So he gets the 3 masterwork arrows that do double damage each, and he gives her the energy heart 1 time per day. It resists 10 damage of fire, acid, cold, or electricity. And now Alina's usually pretty cool, but she does give a heartfelt apology to Ulrich. And she's just like, I'm so sorry I did that. And Ulrich is just like, yeah, don't worry about it. Ulrich says, you can go to work on that lock over there though. Elena says, gladly. And she comes over here and starts messing with this lock. It is a wooden door that does have a big heavy lock on it. If she can't get this, Ulrich thinks they might be able to break it down, but breaking it down could draw some attention. 10 minutes has went by. Elena needs under 35. Click, she pops the lock off the door. No problem. Elena seems really happy about this, and everybody's just kind of giving her back pats, telling her good work. Thick webs hang from the corners and ceiling of this room. Dozens of tiny spiders crawl about on the webs, maybe hundreds, but they're far too small to be the source of these large webs. We spot a goblin wrapped up in the webbing here, long deceased, and we sort of hug the wall over there to get to this passage to the northeast. Uma says, I don't like this. I don't have a good feeling. And no more than does she get the words out. Typically you roll a d6 for surprise, but in this situation you roll a d4. The group is surprised. Suddenly 3 dog-sized spiders drop from the ceiling. Their glossy black bodies land with precision, surrounding us. For a heartbeat, they stand motionless and then close in with terrifying speed. And like I said, we're surprised. So guys, that's where we're gonna leave it. Hope you're enjoying the videos. Please leave a comment, leave a like, and I will catch you guys in the next one. See ya.